Welcome. I am recording. This is Laura Jane, or LJ. I'm getting called more often lately. I was sitting here thinking about what do I want this video to be about, as I've been feeling called and ready to make more videos and just bring through what I'm loving and feeling and noticing and wanting to share. So as I was sitting here finding myself tuning myself for the video, doing some of the things I might do to get centered, to get present, to get in my flow, to get feeling good, to get focused, to be in the energy I want to be in for making this video for you. And I realized that's exactly what I want these videos to be about. What I'm finding with the power of how we can tune ourselves, and how, when we're really willing to own it in what really tunes us, that this is how we can most own it in life. So for me, it's been a journey of really being open and noticing what tunes me. And I love that word tuning because it reminds me right away of lots of aspects of what we're doing here with what you might call these practices or approaches or ideas or exercises or habits or rituals or disciplines, whatever you want to call what is coming through here with this idea of tuning. But the tuning can refer to the idea that, first of all, it's all energy and that we're made of energy. And so everything about us is energy. So our thoughts, our feelings of energy in the body, our moods, certainly, definitely our physical stuff is all energy, right? And this is seemingly a new awareness, but really we've known this for a long time on the planet. But it's becoming a leading edge approach to embrace that and what that means for ourselves when we really own that it's all energy and that we're made of energy and all that stuff is energy. So the ways that we're using these practices and these ideas and these approaches and these teachings becomes a way I see that we're tuning ourselves. So it's a chance to both tune in and tune up, of course. But first of all, most of all, simply just to tune ourselves and to keep ourselves remembering that it's all energy, and then it does become about how we're managing that energy, and more like every day, and even more like in our moments, how we can perceive it all as energy and play with the tuning within that. So, yeah, tuning ourselves as energetic beings, even if that sounds funky groovy. So that means tuning our own energy and working with old energy, especially as we're making changes and letting stuff go. And then of course bringing in new energy, which is like the next logical step, really, that as we even clear up our old stuff and move more into who we are and who we want to be, that actually seems to involve bringing in new energy, which has a whole nother element of play possibility for us, we'll just say, with the tuning, or not. Or sometimes we experience it as something that doesn't feel good and we're not sure what to think of those sensations of what might just be new energy coming in. So this work I see becomes even more important as we move into our creating and even living from our hearts and being who we are in the world, because it empowers us. It helps us strengthen ourselves. We get to acknowledge that, yes, we're made of energy, and that also there's all this energy out there in the world with other people's energy and all the energy of the world in general, and that certainly that does affect us. What I love about this approach, the way I see it, is we don't have to be afraid of that. We can just honor that and work with that. And that can mean, like, every day doing some things to tune ourselves, which may involve letting go of stuff we might have picked up from other people, or just even looking at the triggers that might have come up for us in being in the world with other people, right? But I also love that about this approach, that part of the psychology involves that we're really willing to look at ourselves and connect with ourselves more and own who we want to be in the world, and work with how we have a say in that and can have a play in that. So tuning ourselves more like every day as the energetic beings that we are in the world of energy that we are in, especially if you're doing work as an energy practitioner. This obviously is important, but really, again, it's all energy. So whatever you're doing, really, you're an energy practitioner. So yeah. And then discovering what tunes you. So, of course, I'm a fan of some of what I've learned through traditions like yoga and meditation. But even those concepts and teachings, I'm really into sharing how vast and broad and general actually those words are. And so, actually, that means we can play with that too, that yoga just means to connect, to join, or union in various ways. So basically, a life that's more about connection and building in things that connect you and reconnect you with yourself, with the world, with the feelings you want to feel, the spiritual side to life, whether that feels like it's inside you or around you. All the various levels of connecting and reconnecting we can do through our use of yoga. And yoga can be lots of things. I put that in my book that I put out last year, Feel Better Now, where I got to play with really sharing that yoga is so many things. So I have like 16 practice tools in there, including, yes, the poses, or some poses are in there, and some breath ideas and things like relaxation and imagination and mudra and mantra, like words we use, but also things like nature and dancing and creative expression and music and sound are all tools that I see we do learn from the traditions of yoga and meditation. But for a lot of us, it's kind of new news to realize those are forms of yoga and meditation. So then you see that your tuning can be about building a life that's more about things that connect you and reconnect you to yourself, to the way you want to feel, to the spiritual feelings you want to be living in, to the world, to the people you love. So even our connecting does involve our loved ones and who we're surrounding ourselves with. But it's also so evident to me how our tuning practices for ourselves become one of the best ways that we can be who we want to be in relationships. And that the more we connect with ourselves, the way better and different we can be in relationships. I see this through myself so much and through the people I get to work with and share with. So these kind of things, that even if it's hard for us to think of doing it just for ourselves and our own feelings of well-being and our own experience of life and being able to enjoy our moments, or even just being into our creative flow and actually allowing through what we're maybe here to do and create for the world, is some of the benefits of the tuning. But, and those you even start to see how the world is benefiting from your tuning, but also that the people you love are going to really benefit from you building in more ways to tune you, to reconnect you, because yeah, they're really going to feel the difference in you. And the more we build in that time to reconnect with ourselves, to listen to ourselves, to be with ourselves, to even love ourselves differently and better, the more we can do that for others. It's undeniably true. So if not for ourselves, we do it for the team in our tuning. So I'm here to share the power and the play of tuning, and I'm going to be here with more ideas on how to tune you and what I'm discovering along my journey of tuning me and helping others tune themselves. And that's what I love most about all of this, is this is something you do to yourself, for yourself, and it's a therapy you do for yourself. It's energy medicine you can do for yourself, all of these things, and it works. So if you're ready for more solutions and just embracing this idea that you can tune you and owning it then yeah, come along for the ride. It's going to be fun. And I'm super thankful to share with you. My honor, my pleasure, my craft these days. Thanks for being here. This is Laura Jane. Namaste.